along, and everybody's going to make a living, and as long as you understand that, but at some point in time, you have to prove that you're going to provide value. And once you do, and you establish, again, that belief in people, and they believe that what you have is of value, then they're willing to buy from you. But more so, once you've established that belief, guess what? They turn around and tell other people.
Correct.
And that grows.
Right.
And it grows, and it grows, and it grows. And it's like, you know what? And that's what I did. When I was at Interaction, my firm in Boston, it's called Interaction. When I was there, I had a guy sitting in front of me, came over for lunch. He was from the Boston Herald. And he heard me on the phone, and I hung up, and he was shaking his head. I said, what's the matter? He said, man, you're giving all that stuff away. And I said, Ron, you got to understand the animal. I know the environment that they live in. I know that I told that guy 100 things that made his head spin, and he never even thought of before. But I also know that when he hangs up that phone, he's not going to remember one thing that I told him or bits and pieces of it. And he's
got more questions than answers.
Yeah, exactly. And I made his head spin. And he's going to call me up tomorrow and say, can you help me with this? And I said, but my mouth was my brochure. And so I didn't give away anything. I told him some great stuff. And if he had the wherewithal, he could have just, hung up the phone and said, hey, guys, come in here for a meeting. This is what we're going to do, and implemented it. But I also know he doesn't have the time to implement what I told him to implement. And it's not that way for everybody, but I was a resource that he could turn to. But I had many clients that would just turn up and say, how do I?
Yeah.
And I said, okay, try this, try this. And I had such a history with them that I knew where they were coming from. I knew what their environments were. I knew what their fires were. So I didn't have to sit there and ask them a million questions. I just constantly gave them the strategies that they needed. And that's kind of where it came into play. And I never had to pick up the phone to generate business, which was a beautiful thing. I think 4 years went by. I did something, it was back in the day when it was a .com boom. And there was a need. It was a recruiting frenzy. Everybody needed Java engineers. Everybody needed, developers and C++ and whatever. And Sun Microsystems came to me. And they were looking for some stuff. And I had a new account executive, and she said, well, show me how do we develop strategies? And I said, well, what do you think we should do? Why don't we develop one? I said, pick a topic. She said, well, how do we get new business? And I said, good one. How do we get new business? I said, so let's develop a strategy around it. And at that time, we were developing a lot of recruiting strategies for companies. Not search, but just out of the box, here's how you find people. And what I did is I went on to monster.com, and I was able to grab 100 email addresses from corporate recruiters, not search firms, but companies. And so what we did is we went out and bought a domain. It was called recruiterswithoutpants.com. So, okay. Maybe I know where I'm going with it. Recruiterswithoutpants.com. So I took that 100 emails, and we developed a little website for it, nothing dramatic, more of an animated GIF, really. And all it was is we sent the email out, and all the email said was, you've got to check this out, you'll just die. Recruiterswithoutpants.com. Everybody clicked
Exactly,
on it.
Yeah.
100%. Everybody went there. We tracked it. And when they got there, what did they see? What they saw was a black screen with words that came through and said, the point is you're here. It's all about developing effective recruiting strategies, and it's all we do.
Right.
What if it was this easy to get the candidates? It said, the point is you're here. What if it was this easy to get the candidates that you're looking for to come to you? It's all about developing an effective recruiting strategy, and it's all we do.
Perfect.
Click.
Yeah.
And that lasted me 4 years worth of business.
Wow. Well,
and that's where I talk about. Yeah, if I didn't make it worth their while, they could have felt duped. But I had them. I proved my point.
You knew you had the payoff.
Yeah, I got you to do what I wanted you to do when I wanted you to do it. That's the definition of marketing.
Exactly.
I want to get you to do what I want you to do when I want you to do it, and I'm going to use two motivating factors: it's either greed or fear.
And you're letting them know that you can do what you just did to them. You can do it for them.
Exactly. I did the same thing. I had TMP as an ad agency called me up and they said they were trying to get Digital, the company, as a client, and they wanted to know how.
Right.
And so they said, man, could you put together a strategy? You've been trying to get them on the phone forever. And I said, sure. And so what we did is we put together a strategy, and what I did is I sent a Western Union. I called a friend of mine who owned a search firm, and I said, listen, I need somebody at Digital who is a senior level engineer, department manager. I need somebody that's your basic engineer, and I need somebody that's more of an entry level. And so he gave me the names of them. And so what I did is I turned around and I sent a Western Union required a signature to every single one of them. And it went through the company, got through the screening process, got to them, they signed for it, they opened it up, and it had a letter in it with a $20 bill. And it said, "Would you please deliver this to Chuck in the HR department?" So, the letter went down to Chuck in the HR department. It's Charles, but call him Chuck. Chuck down in the HR department. And basically it said, "Chuck, if it was this easy to infiltrate your company, think what we can help you do to the competition."
Wow. Hey, that's phenomenal.
Give us a call. We'd love to represent you. Their phone rang. They landed the account. I got 2% of the gross for the first year, and the client never even knew I existed.
Hey, now that's the kind of tip people want to hear. They want to hear smart ideas that create, income for them without them even, like you said, no one even knows your name. So, well, Duke, how can people connect with you? Because I know you've given people a lot of stuff to think about, and like I said, they have more questions than answers now, but they definitely know that you're the guy that can give them some answers.
Well, I'll tell you, all I'm looking to do, if you want to connect with me, have people go to my Facebook fan page and like my page. There's marketing tips there. I've got short articles that are on there. I've got a call that everybody can be on if they want to brainstorm or what have you and put out fires.
Marketing Couch, right?
Yeah, it's facebook.com/marketingcouch and all together. And what I'll offer to everybody that's on here, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm looking to establish that belief. The proof is in the pudding. If there are people that are out there listening to this who have a marketing challenge, they're beating their head against the wall, they don't know what to do, they're looking for answers, I'd be more than happy to spend 15 minutes with them. So if they want to get on the marketing couch, say, "Hey, I heard this on Don Wells' radio show," and just let me know where you're coming from. That'd be great. I'll send you a message. I'll befriend you. And then if you've got a marketing challenge, I'll ask you, do you have a marketing challenge? Is there something that I can help you with? No charge. I'm not going to upsell you. I'm not going to do anything. Just how can I help you? And the reason why I've done that is because of a strategy I developed for that recruiting company that I was talking to you about that I got the leads from, the names from. He came to me with the same problems. Like, how do I get new business? And I said, "Steve, it's always been my belief, if I can solve your biggest problem, the rest of your business will follow. So whatever my fire is right now, if I can help you put that fire out, I've established a belief, some credibility, and the rest of your business will follow. And all I'm looking for is to people to understand who I am, what I do, spread the word. And if you feel that I'm worthwhile, let other people know about it. And if they do, and I've done my job, the rest will take care of itself."
Absolutely. That's a great philosophy. And hopefully people hearing this will pass that philosophy on of, giving, people the help that they need in the moment, put out the fires that they have now so that you can build a relationship for future business with them. And of course, your fame, and your, and your legend grows beyond you so that you start getting calls, from people that, never had any direct contact with you, but just solely based on your reputation.
Right. Yeah, and if people want an advanced copy of the ebook before everybody else does, ask for it. And what I'll do is I'll put you on a list, and I'll ask you for your email. Give me your email address, and you can just email it to me. I'll give you mine. You give me yours. So
and they can type that right in at Marketing Couch with no space in between. Marketing Couch on Facebook.
Yeah, just go to facebook.com/marketingcouch, and I'll send you a message, and you can respond to me. And if you say, "Hey, yeah, Duke, I'd love an advanced copy of your ebook," just give me your email address, and when it's ready, hey, I'll send you a link, and I'll give you mine as well, obviously, so you can send me. So we'll exchange emails. So I'm not just getting yours; you're getting mine.
Right. You're right from the start. You're building a relationship where, both of you guys are getting something from it. Well, hey, I want to thank you so much for being a part of the show, and I know this is information that's helping a lot of people as we speak. So, until next time.
Hey, my pleasure.
All right. Thanks again, dude. Okay. That was great.
How was that?
That was